Shalom, Israel, first and foremost, I want to give all praise, all honor, all glory to Yahweh Shema Shabbat Shem Kakadash. The ones the apostles and else great millstone for teaching us this truth, peace, and blessings to the whole collective Israel. Yahweh is the name of the Nephilim Hebrew, Ba Hashem is the name, and Yahweh Shai is the name of the begotten Son. Back in our lesson, as in the title, we're going to be going to division in Babylon, which, as you see with this recent situation dealing with Elon Musk and Trump and the tweets, going back and forth, as you see right here within this article, Trump Musk feud explodes with claim president is in Epstein files, which this is, or it shouldn't be so-called, new information. It should be, I believe the files leaked a while back, and you had, tons of names that were, taken off of it, pretty much hidden. But this should not be, surprising. One of the first scripts that came to mind was, how their own tongue shall fall upon themselves. If you're paraphrasing. But this also could be another ploy, of Esau, Edom. Because we know, Elon Musk is especially going to be used to heavily push that Neuralink, which is going to, the mark and the forward, which you get in Revelation 13 and 16. But you're still seeing, division, all throughout Babylon the Great. Especially as it progressed later into the days. So I get in Isaiah 19:2, how you're going to see Egyptian against Egyptian. As you know, we're not in ancient Egypt, which you get in, or it's not speaking of ancient Egypt. Go back to Isaiah, or like Revelations 11 and the 8th verse. How America, aka Babylon the Great, is spiritually Sodom and Egypt. So it's going to show it's not speaking of, back then. Which I'll get that script later on, but it's really a bit more in this article. Just get the situation at hand with everything that's happening. As a war of words between Elon Musk and President Donald Trump erupted into a full meltdown Thursday, with Musk slamming Trump for ingratitude over the 2024 election, agreeing with a call for his impeachment, knocking the president's signature legislation, even claiming Trump was in the Epstein files. This is Trump speaking on television from the Oval Office. Had said he was disappointed in Musk following his criticism Tuesday of his big, beautiful mega bill to fund his agenda, and then engaged in mutual barrage of social media posts at one point saying Musk had gone crazy. As the exchange grew progressively personal, Musk posted without providing evidence about Trump and Jeffrey Epstein accused of, I'm going to say trafficking, I'm not sure if you can say the full word on YouTube or not, of minors in 2019. Time to drop the really big bomb. At real Donald Trump is in the Epstein files. That is the real reason they have not been made public. Which there's the tweet right there, which has over 1.2 million likes, probably over 1 billion views, if not less. But things are heating up. Once I thought of making a lesson, going into it, dealing with the division that's taking place. What we've been saying, through the spin bar, of Yahweh Shem Shai, that Donald Trump be used as that catalyst, to stir up division, to bring about chaos. You're seeing it. So whether this may be, something this devil, is cooking up, whatever, plans he may have. Esau Edom likes to, control the narrative, likes to cause distractions. But, the main point, still stands anyway, just dealing with that division, which once you see a lot more of as you progress later in the days. Now, you already have people that don't like Elon Musk. You have people that like Elon Musk. You have people that like Donald Trump, people that hate Donald Trump. You especially seeing all the chaos dealing with the elections and all that stuff. But this is also cause tensions between the supporters and the people, all this stuff, man. Either way, chaos is building, And it says he followed that up with another post saying, "Mark this post for the future. The truth will come out." Trump has previously posted, "I was never on Epstein plane or at a stupid island." And he was not publicly ejected to release of the files now under Justice Department review. Trump's previous association with Epstein and their appearance of his name An address book on flight logs of Epstein plane has been widely reported. But you get the idea. We'll just go into this division as we're going to get throughout the scriptures. This is Psalm 64 and 8. As was going to these devils, just exposing each other. As it so shall they make their own tongue to fall upon themselves. And you see this especially in various situations. These devils will up and just expose each other. So shall they make their own tongue to fall upon themselves. All that see them shall flee away. So you might as well either be on the news or making videos of certain plans that they have cooked up and things that these devils are wanting to do. Wasn't going to them pretty much exposing each other. As you see an example we just read within that article. But within that, shouldn't be surprising, dealing with, Donald Trump supposedly was on the plane, over there on the island. Shouldn't be surprising news. But Isaiah chapter 19 verse 2, because you see a lot of celebrities, these well-known people, have gone over there. And that's Isaiah 19 and 2. Another great scripture. Now set the Egyptians against the Egyptians, and they shall fight everyone against his brother, and everyone against his neighbor, city against city, and kingdom against kingdom. And brought up that point dealing with Revelation 11:8, how Babylon the Great, aka America, spiritually Sodom and Egypt. And just to get another translation to bring further edification, it says, the Lord says, I will stir up civil war in Egypt, and turn brother against brother and neighbor against neighbor. Rival cities will fight against each other, and rivals kings will struggle for power. Like chaos is getting ready to ensue. You're seeing civil war brewing. Tensions are building within this place, man. And once you're seeing that division within Babylon. We're at one more time. The Lord said, I'll stir up civil war in Egypt, and turn brother against brother, neighbor against neighbor. Rival cities will fight each other, and rival kings will struggle for power. So once again, where this may be a ploy of Esau, Edom, point still stands. Because we know this devil, you have that saying, order out of chaos. Those will cause certain problems to then swoop in, with the solution to the problem that they ultimately started, But it's Matthew 12:26, and if Satan casts out Satan, he is divided against himself. Further going to that division, the divide. And if Satan casts out Satan, he is divided against himself. How shall then his kingdom stand? And you're seeing this devil's kingdom, Babylon the Great, aka America, is literally on its last legs. This is why you see this devil, beginning to, get sloppy with his work, being exposed for certain things that he has done and is doing now. That's why you get in Revelation 12 and 12, they're going to that great wrath apparent to come down with, because they know that he had but a short time. So they know the time is ticking. This is why they're rushing to implement their plans and put in action as fast as possible. That's why people are now starting to somewhat catch wind to the things that this devil, has been doing, which we have been, speaking about, and starting with the apostles and elders on down over the great millstone to the spin part of Yahweh Shema Shah. But Jake wants to continue to believe that this devil has changed his ways, that he's different, that he's not who he once was. Yeah, you see all the atrocities that has committed throughout the years, many years on, and most of the things he's still doing to this day. He still needs to pay for the things that he has done. It's like if I kind of veered off topic. There's also another chapters, Obadiah chapter 1 and verse 6 for that point. Now, how are the things of Esau searched out? How are his hidden things sought up? And now with that doesn't bring a lot more tension towards, Donald Trump. You already see the people that hate him, that dislike him already. Especially the supporters that, were now beginning to turn their back on him, especially dealing with these I forget the exact word for it. These these taxes that were put on these imports. I forget the exact word for it. But you had many people disagreeing with that decision that was made. I see it was like 100%, if not more, tax on goods over there in China or something to that effect. And you saw the problems that caused. And if it continued on, there are many problems it would cause. But it's further going to show that attention, that division, and what's in Donald Trump being used as that catalyst to stir up chaos and to bring about that division. Because we know this devil has his hand in many types of situations to especially control the narrative and will push out certain things to cause a distraction, whatever the case may be. But either way, once in, that division, that divide, will further escalate, for lack of better words. Obadiah 1:6, that how are the things of Esau searched out, how are his hidden things sought up. Job 15:6, thine own mouth condemns thee, and not I. Yeah, thine own lips testify against thee. So now there's up in each other's throats, exposing each other. Which is going to how their own tongues shall fall upon themselves. Let's see what the NLT has to say. Your own tongues condemns you, or sorry, your own mouth condemns you, not I. Your own lips testify against you. Elon Musk just pushed or made a post where he had over 1.2 million likes and however many views on that post that Donald Trump was over there at Epstein Island. So this may stir up some things. We have to see exactly what this will lead to. But this is the GNT, and that says, there is no need for me to condemn you. You are condemned by every word you speak. And this is the last scripture right here. I don't make too long of a lesson, just something quick. When they go into a situation, wasn't further going to that divide that you're starting to see throughout Babylon, through America. Mark 3:25, and if a house be divided against itself, that house cannot stand, especially when the people, is against the people in power. That's why you get in 2 Kings 15 and 15 through 17 going to that sedition among men that you're getting ready to see. Which, sedition goes to, riot / rebellion. So, especially because it should be a terrible sign for a nation, a kingdom of your own people is against you. But you're going to have this devil use this to his advantage to establish that control, to bring that hammer down. Once we go into Revelation 12:12. And you can also get 2 Kings 15 onto the 17th verse, how a man shall desire to go into the city shall not be able. Them shutting his place down, dealing with these lockdowns, declare martial law, whatever the case may be. But that was the point right there. Like I said, it was a quick hit going to that situation at hand. I wanted to speak on a little bit because one of the first came to mind was dealing with, how your own tongue shall fall upon itself. You got these devils exposing each other and all this stuff, but the point was made. Lord, what tights point against my ability, and you're edified. I do close out and give all praises, all honor, and all glory to Yahweh, Bashem, Shabbat, Shem, Kakadash, and Shalom. See you next one, Lord's will.